My extended family to this day, even 5.5 years being on T, they still misgender me, and they still call me by my dead name.
We asked trans men who had been on T for different lengths of time the same questions to see how time has shaped their feelings about the experience.
My name is Lucky. I am 41, and I've been on T for approximately 11 years.
My name is Marcus. I'm 27 years old, and I've been on T for 5.5 years now.
My name is Marcel. I am 27 years old, and I've been on T for 2.5 years.
My name is Jubilee. I'm 18 years old, and I've been on T for 5 months.
Hi, my name is Noah. I'm 17 years old, and I start T in 2 days.
I was probably like 8 years old. I always just would choose to be the guy in any situation, like playing with friends. And when I was younger, I'd want to be the dad.
I was very young, actually. I hated being called beautiful. I hated being referred to as she or ma'am. And I felt more at peace when someone called me handsome or he.
I was probably 6 years old. That's crazy.
I was 8 when I found out that I wasn't biologically born male. But there was no language 20 years ago. There was no language damn near 10 years ago.
The first moment I took my T shot, it felt like, wow, like I'm on the road to being who I feel like inside. I did have a little bit of point where I had too much testosterone in my system and I was very much a ball of rage. And then I kind of went to therapy and you know, we calmed that down a little bit.
I can't cry. Like, I'll feel sad, like, don't get that wrong, but the tears, I don't know if you're gonna get them that day.
Like, I'm kind of a lot more irritable. I kind of feel like I have a little more shorter fuse, but after being on T for a couple months and 5 months is like, I have a motivation to get up.
My relationship with my body and gender dysphoria is kind of like an ongoing war, kind of like prison.
I was just really disconnected with myself. It was very much to a point where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I would shower in the dark, shower at night, like it was pretty bad.
Coming into my truth, coming into my body, I was a 44 double D. I gained a lot of weight on purpose. That way the rest of me matched my top. It was hard to be in that body. It was hard to know that I was in there, but no one could see me.
Personally, it was almost comparable of like finding like a room stacked with gold to like up to the ceiling. It was just like, wow, like this is the missing piece. Like this is what has had me been feeling off this entire time. And I was ecstatic initially.
When I was with my ex, I was socially appearing as a woman. My mom was like, you're not gonna cut your hair while you're in this house. And as soon as I got kicked out, I was like, F it, I'm gonna cut my hair. And I remember cutting my hair, dressing masculine that day, binding my chest, and I just broke down crying in the bathroom. And then my ex-fiance came in there and was like, are you okay? And I was like, I think, you know, I don't want you to hate me, but I think I'm a man.
When I first came out to my parents, it was actually on accident because my freshman year, we had to write letters to our senior selves. I, was addressing myself using he, him pronouns, and my dad had to write a letter. And he came across my own letter, and he seemed very upset, very confused. That hurt a lot because that's my own dad,
My mental health pre-T, I made multiple suicide attempts. I couldn't really tell you a number. That's how bad it was.
Pre-T, I was definitely suicidal. I hated my life, I hated my body, I hated that I was not on hormones or doing what I wanted to because I wanted to please my family.
My mental health before I went on T, what it looked like was kind of this foggy image. I was stagnant, like stuck.
My friends have always been there for me, but I still felt so alone because I didn't have the support from my family. I was asking my dad if I could start T. He just disapproved. He just basically told me a lot of awful things. I broke down, I had a whole panic attack, and I ended up going to the psych ward. It was around March of this year, 2021. And when I got out, my parents have been actually trying to use my right name and right pronouns.
I was told that I was gonna go to hell by one of my tias on my mom's side. I remember I had my suicide attempt, and she told my mom basically that this was me being punished for being trans.
My extended family to this day, even 5.5 years being on T, they still misgender me, and they still call me by my dead name. My sisters were actually the ones that vocalized the most that they were never gonna be on board, and they're actually my #1 fans. Like, took me to my surgeries, always check in on me.
My support system is a lot bigger, and now it includes my parent. Well, it includes my mom. It includes my kids. It includes my wife. It includes my grandkids.
I have not experienced any transphobia in the medical field yet, and I really hope I don't. And like the nurses, doctors have actually been really supportive. They have also been really helpful to my parents and educating them.
Absolutely experienced transphobia in the medical field. You know, all of the medical providers that I came across at that particular time didn't want to deal with trans people. They didn't know how to deal with trans people. That put me in a space where I'm like, well, if you don't care about me, then why should I?
What I fear the most as being a trans man is being discriminated against, just being beat up.
I fear for my life.
My greatest fear as a trans man is being killed.
My greatest fear being a trans man is death.
I'm redefining being a man and manhood by saying fuck gender roles, fuck all these norms. I get to be whoever the fuck I want to be.
It's okay to be feminine sometimes, and I don't ever like look down upon my feminine side at all.
Yeah, sometimes I paint my nails. I'm a drag king as well, so like I want to break down those walls as much as I can.
I get to show up however I choose as a man. And it doesn't have to look like masculinity looks like for everyone else. My masculinity looks like eating gummy bears in the middle of my living room, coloring in a coloring book, as opposed to giving this narrative that we have to be stoic and we have to be independent and strong and we can't show emotion.
Noah, I'm so proud of you for staying alive. I love you. I love myself a lot. Me telling myself that I love myself and that I'm so proud of myself definitely hit home.
You're becoming this fantastic young man. And if you just keep being you and just keep making other people laugh and love life, you're gonna be good.
I thought that I was going to not make it to even 21, and here I am 27 years old, gonna be 28, and know that I am loved and that I am cared for and I have a great support system.
In this very moment, the message I would like to send to myself is keep going.
I would say, be gentle with yourself, and I'm proud of you. Keep going.